Hello, everyone. My name is Srishti and I am a digital transformation consultant at Hyperbots. Today, I'm delighted to have Shaun Walker as my guest. Thank you so much for taking out the time, Shaun.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, a little bit about Shaun. So, he is the SOX Compliance Manager at Norfolk Southern. And today, we will be discussing about exploring various types of payment terms. So, whenever you're ready, we can get started.
All right, let's go.
To begin with, how does net 60 compare to net 30 payment terms, and in what scenarios might one be more favorable than the other for buyers?
Sure. So next 60 extends the payment period to 60 days, whereas net 30, the payment has to be done within 30 days. So a favorable scenario for net 60 is when a company needs more time to allocate funds effectively to enhance their liquidity without immediate cash outflow. So net 60 benefits buyers needing extended payment period.
Makes sense. Can you compare net 30 payment terms with cash on delivery terms and explain why each might be more advantageous for buyers?
Yeah, so net 30 allows the buyer to pay within 30 days, whereas cash on delivery requires immediate payment upon the receipt of goods. So in nearly all cases, net 30 benefits most buyers compared to COD as it helps in cash conversion.
I see. And how does net 30 compare to cash in advance terms? And under what circumstances might each term be preferable for buyers?
So net 30 is a 30-day payment period, whereas cash in advance requires the buyer to pay before the goods are shipped or services are rendered. Therefore, net 30 is ideal in most cases because it helps to conserve the cash.
Understood. And what are early payment discounts such as 20, 10, net 30? And can you provide examples of when they are beneficial or detrimental for buyers?
Yeah, so an early payment discount like 210 net 30 offers a 2% discount if an invoice is paid within 30 days. Otherwise, the full amount is due. So essentially, the later you pay with a discount, the later you pay without discount is more favorable related to terms leading to early payments.
Understood. And can you explain installment payment terms and provide examples of both favorable and non-favorable agreements for buyers?
So installment payment terms allow the buyer to pay the total amount due in smaller scheduled payments over a set period. So a favorable example is an agreement that offers flexible payment schedules without interest, enabling the buyer to manage the expenses more effectively. For instance, paying in 3 equal installments over 3 months can help maintain steady cash flow.
That makes sense. How do different payment methods such as electronic transfers versus checks impact payment terms? And can you please provide favorable and non-favorable examples for buyers?
Yeah, payment methods have a significant impact. So, electronic transfers are generally faster and more secure. So, it allows companies to take advantage of early payment discounts more easily. So, a favorable example would be using ACH or wire transfers to promptly pay invoices, enabling the companies to just secure a discount like the 210 net 30 that was mentioned before, which enhances savings. And then a non-favorable example would be relying on paper checks that can be slower and more prone to errors or delays, making it difficult to meet payment deadlines and miss out on available discounts. Choosing the right payment method aligns with the company's operational efficiency and financial strategy.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Can you explain the role of late payment penalties in payment terms and provide examples of both favorable and non-favorable implementations for buyers?
Yeah, so a reasonable penalty, such as a 1.5% monthly late fee after the due date, encourages timely payments without overstraining the buyer. Now, a non favorable implementation would be excessively high fees, such as a flat fee that's disproportionate to the invoice amount, or escalating penalties, which can create financial strain for the buyer, making it difficult to manage cash flow effectively and potentially leading to budgetary issues.
I see. And can you explain what are payment upon receipt terms and when are they considered favorable or non-favorable for buyers?
Yeah, so payment upon receipt, also known as PUR, It requires the buyer to pay for goods or services immediately upon delivery. So PUR is favorable when the buyer has strong liquidity, and it's non-favorable if a buyer has limited cash flow or they need time to verify the quality and the quantity of goods before making the payment.
That's fair. And how do milestone-based payment terms work? And can you provide examples of their favorable and non-favorable use for buyers?
Yeah, so milestone-based payment terms tie payments to the completion of specific project stages or deliverables. So, in a software development contract, payments are made upon reaching key milestones such as completing the initial design, development, and testing phases. And a non favorable example would be when milestones are poorly defined or subject to subjective interpretation, it can lead to disputes and delays in payments.
Understood. Can you describe letters of credit as a payment term and provide examples of when they are advantageous or disadvantageous for buyers?
So, letters of credit, also known as LC, are financial instruments issued by a bank guaranteeing that a buyer's payment to a seller will be received on time and for the correct amount. So, a favorable example in international trade, an LC reduces the risk for a buyer by ensuring that the payment is only made once the seller fulfills the contract terms, therefore providing security and facilitating trust between trading partners. A non favorable example would be for smaller transactions or domestic deals, the complexity and associated costs, such as bank fees and stringent documentation requirements, can make LCs disadvantageous, potentially outweighing their benefits.
That makes sense. What are open account payment terms and when might they be favorable or non-favorable for buyers?
So, an open account term involves goods being shipped and delivered before payment is due, typically within 30, 60, or 90 days. So, a favorable example for buyers, open account terms improve cash flow and reduce the need for upfront capital. Whereas a non favorable example would be if the buyer faces unforeseen financial difficulties,
Mhm.
open account terms can lead to cash flow strain due to the extended payment period, making it challenging to meet financial obligations on time.
Understood. And that brings me to my last question. How does Hyperbots Payment AI Copilot play a role in identifying and optimizing various payment terms across your vendor base?
Sure. So Hyperbots Payment AI Copilot is instrumental in managing and optimizing our payment term. It leverages advanced machine learning algorithms to analyze payment data in real time, identifying patterns and opportunities for more favorable terms. The AI Copilot also compares our current payment terms against industry benchmarks and similar vendors. It highlights areas where we can negotiate improvements. It provides actionable insights and recommendations, such as suggesting optimal payment schedules or identifying opportunities for early payment discount. Also, the AI Copilot generates comprehensive analytics reports. It enables our finance and procurement teams to make data driven decisions that enhance cash flow and maximize cost efficiencies. So, in conclusion, by automating the analysis and negotiation process, Hyperbots ensures that we consistently secure the best possible payment terms, supporting our overall financial strategy.
Understood. This is really helpful. And with that, we have come to an end for today's discussion. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing our insights. Also, big thanks to our viewers. So I'll see you around. Have a good one. Goodbye.